Hello everyone. We are here for our normal Thursday live. Last week we were not here because we had our coach-a-thon, but welcome back. We are excited to be here. I'm Carrie Borcherding.
And I'm Steven Ringelstein.
And so today we wanted to talk to you a little bit about gut feel. There are lots of access points to tuning into your intuition, being able to get more information that's just coming from your analytical mind space. And tuning into what's going on in your gut is one place for you to start accessing messages and information about what's going on in your environment. We have a visitor today. He really wants to be involved as well. Hey, Gail. So we wanted to maybe start today by just taking a second and actually dropping down into your gut and seeing what you notice just in this moment. So everybody's coming over now because they're really all wanting to know what we're doing. So I will do just a really brief meditation just to help you access that place in your gut. I will let you know that for some people, it's easy to kind of like energetically be up in our headspace. We spend a lot of time being there. The fastest way to get there is just to start worrying about something. And as soon as you start worrying about something, then you are going to pop up into your headspace. And so instead of being in that place, because that's usually the place that you're stressing out about what happened in the past or replaying it over and over in your mind or thinking about what could potentially happen in the future, which oftentimes is not really a positive experience. So instead of being in that spinny headspace, I would like for you to start to drop you energetically down into your gut. And for many of us, it's easy to drop down to about here. We kind of get stuck in our headspace and don't drop below the neck. And maybe even drop into your heart space. A lot of us do spend a lot of time giving from that place. But once we get to the heart space, sometimes it's hard to drop down all the way down into the pelvis. So we're going to play around with that by just imagining, I'm going to count to 10, from 10 to 1. And on 1, you're going to land just a few inches below your navel and back towards your spine. And then I'll let Steven talk a little bit about once you're there, how do you play around with really listening to the messages once you're in that space. So if you are somewhere safe and you aren't driving, go ahead and close your eyes. And even if you are doing something while you're listening to this, that's fine too. You can still energetically imagine dropping into your pelvis. So we're going to start in that up in your head space, imagining that just start worrying about something and that will pop you up into that space. I'm going to close my eyes too so that I can feel it as well. So on 10, you're going to imagine being all your energy at the top of your crown. And then imagining that the energy is just dropping down through your forehead to the top of the bridge of your nose. 9. Down through your nose and the tops of your cheeks. 8. Down through the rest of your face to your mouth. 7. Down through your chin to the top of your neck. 6. Down through your neck to the top of your shoulders. 5. Down through your shoulders to the top of your chest. 4. Down through your chest to the tops of your ribs. 3. Down through your rib cage. 2. And then down a couple inches below your navel and back towards your spine, so you're in the center of your pelvic bowl. And you can imagine a light or a crystal there. And that is your anchor for the rest of the time here. And then you can gently open your eyes and just notice what it feels like to be in that space in your pelvis. What sensations do you feel? Does it feel expansive or contracted, or butterflies? A little bit of a feeling of anxiety or calm? And just notice, and you can drop what you feel in the comments if you are somewhere where you can do that. And then once you start paying attention to what sensations are there, then that will start giving you information. And I'll let Stephen talk a little bit about the information that you can get once you have landed there.
If you're connecting right now to your gut, notice if you have those familiar feelings that are either your power or excitement or maybe fear and anxiety. These are the very common sensations we feel in our gut. But if you focus on it a little longer, you might notice that your gut is like a snake. In fact, our gut looks like a snake. And the snake is very sensitive in reacting to everything in your environment. It will contract, it will expand, but also it will get twisted, it will get straight, it will expand. There's so many different sensations that come from the gut. The thing about the gut is neuroscientists are discovering now that we are having so many neurons and neural pathways in our gut, about 200 million of them, just like we have in our brain. In fact, they're looking to resolve some of our brain diseases by sampling our gut to know what's there before it even gets to the brain. And if you asked me a few years ago what's in my gut, I wouldn't really know other than tell you that I get a gut feel from time to time, some intuitive hit. But there's a lot more to it. And to gain access to it is to begin to put your attention in your gut at different times during the day, as you're walking around, as you're talking to people. Keep checking in, what's in the gut. And when you check in, you're going to get sensations. And sensations will begin to inform you one way or another. Is this something good for us? Is this something not so good for us? So we get a lot of yes and no at first, but later, the more you tune into it, you'll get even more information about the quality of the yes or the quality of the no, and what other information becomes available about any situation, people, and most importantly, decisions you are making. The key thing is to pay attention and set an intention. Hey, gut, what's there? Tell me, show me. One of the big obstacles that I find in accessing the gut is when I'm done eating a big meal and I just feel so heavy and I can't feel anything other than the discomfort of my gut.
You?
But when I'm hungry, I could feel the hunger in there. And when I am just right, I'm actually a lot more sensitive in the gut to sense what else wants to come to me. I can't tell you how many times I've made decisions that were gut decisions, and they're always perfect, even though in a moment we can't see them. So the question is, how much attention and sensing are you willing to put in there so you can source more into that amazing large organ that is a sensory organ that communicates to our brain. In fact, there are double communication from our gut to our brain and then our brain to our gut. So that's really amazing of what we're discovering about our gut. It's not just this thing we process food, but it processes life. In fact, cancers in the gut are cancers that are having to do with people who are having a hard time digesting life and processing it. So in your gut, there is a wealth of information. There's also a lot of emotions. And a lot of the emotions you'll find in your gut are not comfortable because they are maybe from pain or trauma or things that you've been storing for a while there. And that's more challenging to access that, which is why we block it often. We don't want to feel it. We ignore that area altogether. If you could take your hand and put your hand on your gut and love it and hold it and just notice, what's there in that amazing sensitive part of your body? And how does it feel to hold it? And how does it feel for your gut to be held? And you can drop in the comments of what are you experiencing holding your gut, or the gut is being held by you.
Feels calming and comforting.
Grounding. Power.
So one of the things that I think we forget about is that when the energy is way up here in our head, we literally are kind of off balance. And by dropping your energy down into your gut, that is your power center. It's when somebody can't come and just push you right over, when you really are centered in your body. And that is the center point of your body. So it's a good thing to practice. It's extremely grounding and extremely comforting as well.
And it just so happened that that's going to be our theme for our CreateX event today. So if you're coming or you are planning to come, then that's going to be a wonderful opportunity to practice in a group setting what it's like to connect to each other from the gut and get the insights to your questions from your gut and experiencing reality from your gut, even if it is for a couple of hours.
Yes, we would love to see you there. If you can still have an opportunity to come at 6:15 to 8:45 tonight in Golden. And if you have any questions, feel free to message me and I will be happy to send you a link to that. I will also put it in the comments below. But I hope you all have an awesome rest of your day and just play around for the rest of the day, trying to lead from your guts, paying attention to where you are energetically in your body, and see if you can stay dropping your energy lower in your body and leading from that place today.
And have a happy gut day.
Have a happy gut day.
We should have a holiday called Gut Day.
Take care. Have an awesome day.